You're going for your dream, or at least you want to. You get all excited with an idea, a possibility, and you look at your calendar, you look at your schedule, you look at the nature of your life, and you just think, oh my God, how in the world am I going to fit one more thing into my day, much less my dream? It's a conversation that I hear over and over and over again. And today I'm going to share with you 3 keys to create a much greater degree of time freedom in your life. If you like what you're hearing, make sure that you share, you comment, you like, and I'm going to let you know right up front that I'm throughout the broadcast, I'm going to be inviting you into a deeper dive of this life-transforming information that today we're drilling down on how to create more time freedom in your life as part of living your dream. It's not even just a matter of going for your dream, but as part of living your dream. And if you know you want to go deeper into this material, that you don't want just this tiny little snippet, then in the comment section, put the word time and you will get information about my free training that I'm offering you because I am deeply committed to helping you create a life that you love. November 27th, 5 o'clock Pacific time. You'll get a link to join a Facebook page where I'll do the training in, and you'll get information as time goes along about how to hook into that. So if you want that, time is the magic word in the comment section. It is that which you are creating in the area of freedom. So my name is Felicia Searcy. It is my joy to help thousands of people around the world create lives that they love. Your dream is my passion. And today I want to help you understand the power, your power of what it is to take dominion over your calendar, your schedule, to really you be the one that's creating time freedom in your life. So I'm looking you right in the eye through the camera, and you'll also notice that my eyes are going to drop down to pay attention to any comments that may be coming in as well. So I got you all covered here. All right. So here's the problem. You begin to even let yourself entertain a different possibility for yourself. You begin to wonder, oh my gosh, what if I really could create a life that I absolutely love, including a rhythm on my calendar, on my schedule that just brings me alive. What if I really could do that? And then when you start thinking about it, you come back, quote, to reality, come back to your life, and you start thinking about it. Yes, Kelly, can't wait to create the life that you love. And you're in the middle of doing that now, Kelly. And that's the thing I really want to honor and celebrate you for. Kelly's begun to apply this stuff, to put this stuff into action, to put this stuff into motion for herself. But most people, in fact, I just got a text from somebody today that were, looking at creating something together. She was just like, oh my gosh, my life is so overwhelmed, not full. There's a very different energy to the word full, but her word was overwhelmed, that she felt so overwhelmed by everything that was going on, that she had so much going on that she just couldn't think about adding one more thing, something that she would love to do, but just couldn't think about adding one more thing into her calendar. If you have that problem, if that happens for you, put the words in the comment section. I get it. Me too. I'm with you. I'm with you, sister. Because I know for a really long time, that was an issue that I had, that, I had such an addiction. And I'm going to talk about that here in a second. I had such an addiction to having such a full calendar. And again, full is not the right word, overwhelmed. that I had such an addiction to having an overwhelming calendar that I couldn't begin to wrap my head around creating something different for myself. So today I want to share three key keys, three steps to creating more time freedom for yourself, so you are living the life that you are created to live, which is, by the way, in case you didn't know, that life is a life of freedom, of ease, of joy, of deep exhale. That's how we are created to live. All right, so here's a foundation before we get into this. So let me show my agenda. Well, I had it written and now I don't know where it is. All right, so figuring it out as I go along. So anyway, just know that I did prepare for you all, and I'll say the words as we go along. So here's the foundation, and it's the foundation that I bring into every single time I teach. It's fundamental. And it's an awareness, it's a principle that as we dedicate our lives to really understanding this foundation and unlocking it, this is what creates the expanded energy. This is what causes you to keep growing more and more and more into this person who you are created to be, and you then keep creating an even greater version of a life that you are meant to create. So foundational, here's a foundational principle. You are this remarkable, brilliant, spiritual being having a human experience. Your nature, your essence is one of spirituality. That your beingness goes way beyond this physical body. That you are way more than your physical body. And the very nature of you is eternal. That you, there was no beginning and there's no ending. And I know that, you kind of scratch your head. I just kind of scratched my head when I said that and think about that because, in our logical mind, it's kind of a hard thing to wrap our heads around. But it's not a logical conversation. It's a deep, heartfelt awareness of a creative energy that poured itself into creating something as magnificent as you, and the very origin, the very genesis of you is one of spirituality. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Now, with that said, that means a couple of things. There's a couple of truths that you can infer from that. Number one, that as you were created out of this invisible substance of love, of eternal life, you were given everything you need to live a rich, abundant, fulfilled life. You came in with it. It's surrounding all of us, that we live in this field of infinite supply, which includes our use of time. So as you are wrapping your head around that, go even deeper and realize that if that then is the case, it would stand to reason that your natural state is one of ease, it's one of abundance, that you are created to thrive, that your natural state is one of thriving. All right, so that's the foundation. Now, then we come back to the real world of facts where, you look at your calendar, you look at your schedule, you look at your to-do list, and it's like, that ain't thriving. That is not the picture of somebody who's thriving. That's the picture of maybe somebody who's is very involved, or I have a really busy life, but it's not thriving. Now, here's how you know that it's not thriving. I'm also looking at my phone because I have people who message me in through my phone. So just if I'm going to glance away here for a second. Here's how you know you're not thriving. When it feels like that you're constantly catching your breath, when it feels like if there's one more thing that gets added to your calendar, the whole structure, this whole, it feels like it's a house of cards that if you put one more thing on there, the whole thing's just going to come collapsing down around you. Yes, busy does not equal thriving. Absolutely, Severina. So you have a sense of breathlessness. You get to the end of the day and you're just exhausted. Your end of the day is late and the next day is coming back around really quick. That's busy. That's not necessarily thriving. So it's to know, number one, that you are meant to thrive, which includes the area of your time that you are thriving, that you have a relationship with time. And time is about having a relationship with this dimension that we call time, that you have a relationship with time that is one of trust, it's one of ease, it's one of fun, and it's one of fulfillment. All right, so foundational, that's the way that you are supposed to live. That's how you are created. And this remarkable physical being called our bodies will tell us when we are out of rhythm with that. When we feel ourselves contracted, when we feel ourselves getting breathless, when we feel the sensation of overwhelm, that tells us that we are out of alignment with this thriving relationship of time. Okay, so with that said, then how do we create that relationship? Well, number one, and so let me write this. And so I'm going to have to lean into my Facebook Live guru ninja support mentor, Molly Mahoney, to figure out how to get my agenda off of Be Live once I set it up. But I can do this. This is old school. I taught school forever. Yes, Kelly, so important to listen to your body. Your life force. Your body is the intersection between the invisible and visible realm. Your body will tell you what your relationship is with this infinite intelligence. It will tell you what your relationship is with time. All right, so key number one. We do not manage time. You manage activities. It is an illusion to say that we manage time. Time cannot be managed. Time's just doing what time's going to do. Time's going to keep marching on. So because I hear people talk all the time, a little pun there, about time management. If I could just manage my time. Well, you don't manage your time. Time is doing what time's going to do. We all have the same amount of time. Every day, when it flips over, the clock flips over into a new day and it's now midnight and 12:01 the next day. Everybody has the same amount of time. Everybody has 24 hours. The question is, how are you interacting, relating, and arranging that 24 hours? So the first key, number one, is to realize that you have 100% control over your calendar. You have 100% control over your schedule. Now, I know that there may be a part of you that's kind of thinking, I don't think so. If you only knew what I had to do, Felicia, that's just the craziest thing I've ever heard. Well, I want to support you in challenging that thought. Everything on your calendar, what if you began to relate to your schedule as seeing that everything on your schedule you put there, it didn't get put there unless you gave somebody else your calendar and said, here, fill in my calendar. But even then, you turned it over, you handed it over. Everything on your calendar is there by choice. Now, hang with me with this one because I can feel that there might be some resistance popping up. You could choose not to do what's on your calendar. Now, I'm not saying that there wouldn't be some consequences to not doing some of the things, but the thing that really gets people stuck is when you feel like you're trapped, that you have to do these things. Yes. When you feel like you have to do these things, it shuts the energy down. And there is no room for new possibilities, new ideas, new creativity to come in. And you just, people feel stuck. People feel stuck. But when you can at least begin to just acknowledge that it's there, because at some point along the line, you made a decision about something that then translated into that activity on your calendar, and it didn't happen to you, it happened with you. Watch how even acknowledging that really begins to open up a whole new realm of possibility for yourself. So if you are in for choosing the activities, the events, the people that you have on your calendar, put the word choice, so you're grounding it into your nervous system, in the comment section. Let's use the word choice to acknowledge, yeah, I'm getting it. I have 100% choice about what is it that I do with my time. Now, I'm not saying to go drop everything right now, but when you begin to understand that you get to choose, then you can start really feeling into those activities on your schedule, or that just pop up. You know, oftentimes I'll hear people say, well, stuff just comes up during the day. Well, things don't just come up during the day. Things come up, but you choose to engage. You choose to interact. When you understand that in any given moment you are choosing, it gives you such a greater degree of freedom to be able to step back and ask yourself, do I want to invest one of my most precious assets, which is my time, into this activity? All right, so then it leads us then to number 2. How do you know what activities to say yes to? All right, so let me add a piece of agenda. Okay, so how do you know? You let your vision guide your choices. This is why it is so important to have a vision. What happens is people go through life allowing the current pattern of their lives to dictate what they do or what they don't do. There's a I don't remember who said it, and I should have gotten the quote, and I'll put it in the comment afterwards. But it's something. There's a quote that goes something along the lines: "In the absence of clearly defined goals, we get seduced by trivia, which then effectively forms our day." When you have a very clear vision for your life that includes all 4 domains, by the way. So this is including the 4 domains, include an invitation for you to really get clear around what are your values. This is not about denying your values, that every single one of you have things that are of high value to you. And the 4 areas that you're looking at when forming your vision, and those of you who I have the honor of working with, you know this, because this is what we keep drilling down on. And I saw one of you that I'm so excited that we have a conversation scheduled here, I think next week, around your dream life. The 4 areas that I invite you to look at are the area of your health, your relationships, your vocation, how you're sharing your gifts, your talents, your, that's it. Somebody looked it up. We become strangely addicted. Thank you. So I'm betting Severino went and looked it up for me. That you, health, relationships, vocation, and your freedom in your calendar and your checkbook. You create a very clear image of a life that absolutely lights you up. You understand that the genesis of that image, it's not coming from you. It's coming from this life force that's always seeking a richer, freer, fuller expression by means of you. This is the way that you grow into an even more magnificent version of yourself. And it's the way that this life force then serves in a greater capacity. I was doing a live workshop Sunday, and there was a woman in that group who I'm thrilled stepped into allowing me to support her, where she was really struggling because it felt like that she was pretty married to what her calendar had to look like, because she had responsibilities and she couldn't. It was a scary thing to think about setting time aside for her dream, because what if somebody in her life would suffer as a result of her saying yes to her dream? And, one of the things that I'm deeply grateful for is that I attract the people that I attract to work with are deeply caring, compassionate people. And there are things that are really important in your life. As you have a vision, you're including that. And sometimes when we're talking about this timepiece, it can feel like that your vision is in conflict with a key core value. And for many of you, it's your loved ones, that you have a vision and then you have a core value for your loved ones. And when you're dreaming into your vision, it seems like that the two are in conflict with each other. Remember, the purpose of your vision is to grow you into a greater version of an already magnificent being, of who you already are. That person is able to think more creatively. That person gets bigger than the apparent conflict on the calendar. That person opens themselves up to other means and possibilities of ways of arranging these important activities that include the things that are as equally as important and as to whatever it is that you feel like you're trying to fit in. And here's the really powerful thing about this. Right now, you have a perception about how long you think something's going to take. When you really start working with these universal truths and you really start allowing your vision to be the director of your activities, which then reflects on your calendar. One of the things that I've really come to learn is that our calendar is the energetic blueprint of our lives. And when you really come to understand the effective engagement with these laws that I'm always talking about, and you let your vision guide your decisions, your decision-making faculty when it comes to your activities, watch how time collapses. Watch how you find that you're actually doing things more quickly. For one thing, you're a whole lot more focused. And let me stay there for a second. You're a whole lot more focused because you're not allowing other things to pull you out, to pull you away, to distract you from what you said matters to you. We literally bring into matter those things that say matter to us. And the clearer you get with that as directed by your vision, and you consciously put those on your calendar, watch how everything just seems to accelerate, that the stuff that you need comes to you so much more quickly. You get ideas that you trust, and as you learn to act on those ideas, you're moving energy so much more powerfully, and you're accelerating the process. For example, we can look around our world and see how innovations and creative thinking collapsed the amount of time it's taken to do things. Something as simple as I flew home from Dallas Sunday night, and 200 years ago, if I wanted to get to Dallas from LA, I had to plan a 4 to 5, 6 month trip. It took that long to go from that location to LA. But because people had a vision about a more effective way of traveling and stayed in that state of awareness and worked with this a new degree of creativity and possibility, we collapsed the amount of time it takes to get from one location to another. Don't let that slough off. Don't let that thought be Teflon. Really look at the power of the being vision directed in terms of really getting very clear around where to put your focus, and knowing that there is this energetic field working in your behalf and causing things to happen so much more quickly that the process becomes accelerated and amplified. the clearer and the more organized your energy is as decisions around your activities that align with your vision, the more powerful you are in terms of harnessing this creative intelligence and putting in service to your dream. And it now has a clear pattern to organize around, and watch how things pop as a result. All right, so that's number 2. Number 1, you have 100% choice over your activities. Number 2, vision. You let vision guide your choices. You bring laser focused attention on the activities that will move your vision forward. So to ground that, put vision, that you're letting vision guide your choices, in the comment section. And if you know you want more of this, you want a deeper dive, and you want to sign up for my free training, put the word time in the comment sections as well. All right, so finally, let's get to number 3. And number 3 is stay in your genius. Stay in your zone of genius. There is more time wasted because people, and know that this is it's my growing edge. It's an edge that I'm leaning into as well. But particularly, I think in the US, we have such a I can do it kind of attitude. I'm going to get it done. It's up to me. And it can be up to you, but I got to tell you, that's exhausting. That's exhausting. Yeah. So Elisa, put the word time. If you want the training, put the word time in the comment section, and you'll get signed up for the training. And you and I get to talk. I'm really looking forward to our conversation and supporting you and moving forward into your dream, because the universe is praying for you to live your dream. Okay. So staying in your lane of genius, staying in your zone of genius, according to the words, using Gay Hendricks' words, who wrote the book, The Big Leap. We think because we either know how to do something, there you go, we know how to do something, or we think we can figure it out, that we should be the ones doing it. We have this image of, this lone cowboy riding across the desert by himself, this kind of false illusion of doing it on our own. Well, Napoleon Hill, who wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, says that all successful people understand the power and the necessity of having people to support you, surrounding you, that you have your brilliance. And as you stay focused on your brilliance, you are bringing full concentrated energy to the thing that is yours to bring to the body of humanity. And you now then open yourself up to allow a much greater degree of support in your life. You allow yourself to be supported. Now, there's a whole skill set that goes with it. That as I work with people in a more personal way, that we take a deeper dive into that. But just know that if you're really serious about bringing order to your time, and you have order to your time as you feel a greater degree of expansiveness and aliveness and vitality in your body, that a key piece of that is getting really clear around, this is my genius. This right here, this is my genius. How do I know this? Because I love this. I can't not do this. When I think about being able to teach and share and support people, I come alive with this. My books, not so much. I've learned I've learned about my finances. I stay tuned into my finances, but there's nothing in me that wants to go learn QuickBooks. In fact, we just switched to a new program for customer relations management system in order to stay in touch with you all, and called Infusionsoft. And I have a brilliant assistant who loves digging into that stuff, and I'm thrilled about that. In fact, we were talking about me getting up on the dashboard this morning to start tracking some information, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know if I want to do that. And I will, because it's a necessary piece of serving you as I keep track of the data. But I'm not learning that system. It's not my area. It's not my lane of genius. So that then allows me to stay focused on what is my brilliance in order to truly bring my gift to humanity. Every single one of you has an area of brilliance. You have a skill, you have a capability that absolutely brings you alive. Now, it doesn't mean that it's fully developed. I stay in my development of my gift, that I want to keep growing my ability to do this. But when you think about engaging with it, your whole life force wakes up. That's what you want to pay attention to. So when we're talking about managing activities, when you look at your calendar, Gay Hendricks actually says that our calendar should reflect 80% or more of those activities that are in our lane of genius and absolutely bring us alive. That then means becoming really committed to paying attention to there are other things that are wanting to encroach on that calendar, and you are committed to the vision that you're bringing into form. You are committed to serving this gift of time in the highest way possible, which is with your gift. And if I'm doing something that's not in my lane, my zone of genius, I'm not serving this gift of time that we've been given. I'm actually abusing the gift of time that we've all been giving. The highest form of serving this remarkable gift is by you staying laser focused on what is clearly your gift, your contribution to do. Okay, and then last one, and we're gonna wrap this up, because I could go all day, but I'm not going to. For one thing, I want you all to come into the free training November 27th at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And if you want to go deeper into the full system that I share with people, put the word time in the comment section. And if you're ready to identify, own, and live your genius, put the word genius in the comment section. All right, and then here's the last one. Here's a bonus. I know I said 3 keys, but I always got to throw in a bonus one. Well, at least I am today. The bonus one is that you literally have to train your body to accommodate, to adapt to a greater degree of ease. Every single one of us has a habit for how much freedom we will allow to flow into our system. We have a struggle habit. You have a struggle habit. And so when you begin to work with building out a calendar that as you look at that calendar as Elena, you need to go back and listen to this whole thing. This one was designed specifically with you in mind, honey bunny. All right, so, well, you and lots of others. You just happen to be a really good fit for this information. Thrilled that you're here, that you came in. So the final piece that I want to give you is that you literally, part of this process is learning to train your whole system to allow a greater degree of ease to flow through your system. That there is a trigger that gets tripped in people unaware, that when you start experiencing more freedom, more ease, more life, something gets triggered inside of you that will bring it back down to bring you to whatever that habit is. You know, this is when the disruptions show up. This is when all of a sudden you have something on your calendar that you weren't planning for. This is when you get a letter from the IRS. Now you got to spend half the morning on the phone with the IRS trying to figure out what's going on. It's stunning how powerful the gravitational pull back to the familiar is. But as you learn the system that I teach, and again, going into a free training, November 27th, 5 o'clock Pacific time, put the word time in the comment section if you want that. Part of that training will be to walk you through how to literally train your body to allow a greater degree of freedom and ease to flow through you and into your life. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Got a problem with time. You have no time to fit anything more in, much less your vision. How do you deal with that? Get very clear, number one, that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Your whole purpose for being here is to thrive. The way you do that is to realize, number one, that you have 100% choice and control over what gets put on your calendar. Number two, you understand that you are not meant to do this alone, but to really allow yourself support and to let your vision be the guiding force. You have a vision and you allow your vision to guide your decisions and your activities on your calendar. Number 3, what was number 3? I'm spacing. Is that the one where we don't oh, your genius. Get clear around your zone of genius and stay very committed to those activities. And then finally, you learn how to literally train yourself to accommodate a greater degree of ease in your life. Okay, so want more of this, want to really take a deeper dive into this material, come to my training. Use the word time in the comment section. You'll get a link to sign up for a private Facebook page where I'll do the training. And it's open to everybody, but you got to sign up for it. You got to say, I'm in, and I'm putting this on my calendar because my dream and me are important. I'm important enough to give myself this training because my dream is important. So put the word time in the comment section, and you'll get a prompt to sign up for the Facebook page, and then you'll get the information about when I'm going live, when I'm doing the masterclass. And just to let you know, I will be live. Now I'm switching it next week because I'm going to be in an airplane down to Mexico on Tuesday to spend Thanksgiving with my family down in Mexico. So I made it up. It's on my calendar. That's what brings me alive, is to go hang out with my family in Mexico next week. After a couple days in Nashville, hanging out with family up there. So next live will be Monday. All right, 8 o'clock Pacific time. So those of you on the West Coast, get up with me. 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time, and 9 o'clock Mountain Time. I think we got everybody covered. And then wherever you are internationally, whatever time that is for you. If you're on my list, you'll get notification for that, and then you can come on live, and we can go deeper into you and your matter and your dream matters. All right, so we went a little longer today, but this is really important information. So let's wrap this up. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. My name is Felicia Searcy, and your dream is my passion. Mwah! God bless everyone.